You're asking the wrong questions, Agent.
This briefcase is your operating capital. The schematics clearly show the entry point here. Don't deviate from the plan, and we'll all be very happy.
Bobby Donati, the criminal fixer financier. He did not enter the museum. He provided the resources, money, safe houses, underworld connections, likely hired the crew, and helped plan the logistics.
We have exactly 90 seconds before the patrol cycle resets. Move quietly and stay in the shadows.
He is the leader during the thief, a professional criminal with a meticulous, calm demeanor. His expertise is in planning and executing high-stakes thefts. He is one of the two men who actually entered the museum, directed the theft, and dealt with the guards.
The hair sample is secured. It's synthetic. I'm bringing it in for immediate analysis.
FBI agent Alicia Moreau, brilliant, intense, and obsessive. Her sharp mind sees patterns others miss, but her fixation on the case costs her personally. She represents the human desire to solve the unsolvable.
To understand the full story, visit the channel and watch part 1. You can watch it from the description too. The link is already provided there.
A tragedy.
The fluorescent lights of the FBI's Boston field office hummed. Across a steel table, Bobby Donati looked amused. Agent Alicia Moreau placed a photo of the empty Rembrandt frame in front of him. Donati's eyes flicked to the photo, then back to Alicia. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. A tragedy, he says, dripping with false sincerity.
Where were you on the night of March 17th into the 18th?
Alicia asked. Donati spread his hands, his gold bracelets clinking.
Dinner. Drinks. I appreciate beauty, Agent, but my taste runs more toward living things.
Donati gestures grandly. A silent agent observes from the corner. Alicia's unwavering stare. She knows he's performing, and she's waiting for the slip.
Look, I gave you the names. The restaurant, the club. I was with them the whole night. My alibi checks out.
Donati provided names, a restaurant, a club. All would check out. It was a prepared, airtight alibi for the night of the heist. But Alicia's interest was in the months before. Alicia's notepad where she writes alibi too perfect and circles it. Donati watches her write, a flicker of uncertainty finally crossing his face.
Yeah, I got a clean warehouse in Chelsea. A priceless gallery.
The break came from a low-level hood looking to shorten his own sentence. He claimed that months before the heist, Donati had secured a clean warehouse in Chelsea, joking it was for a priceless gallery. A grainy, long-lens photo of Donati standing outside a nondescript brick warehouse. Alicia, pinning the warehouse photo next to Donati's on the evidence board. The connection is thin, but tangible. The raid found no art. Instead, they found a workshop. Benches with tools for cutting mats and molding frames, a small can of Rembrandt gold paint, and in a trash bin, sketches of the museum's floor plan.
I think we have something here. This looks like the Dutch room.
Alicia picks up a sketch of the Dutch room. It's crude, but accurate. Her heart races. This is the connection. The informant gave up another name, David Turner, a volatile art student and second-story man with ties to Donati's crew. Turner had bragged about a job that would make us legends.
A job that would make us legends.
Alicia draws a line from Donati to Turner. The crew is taking shape. She has stands in the empty room.
The silence confirms it. Turner was part of it, and someone made him disappear.
By the time they went to pick Turner up, he was gone. His apartment was cleaned out. His friends hadn't seen him. He had vanished into thin air the day after the heist. Turner's empty apartment. A half-drunk coffee cup on the counter, a chair knocked over. Back at the office, Alicia laid it out for her team.
This wasn't for a collector. A collector would have commissioned the theft of specific pieces. This was a grab. The art is currency. Donati stole it as collateral to get himself out of a debt with someone even bigger.
Alicia writes collateral on the whiteboard and circles it violently, the team's faces absorbing the logic. The bizarre selection of items, masterpieces alongside trinkets, now made terrible sense. With the warehouse evidence, Alicia hauled Donati back in.
We have you on conspiracy, Bobby. The sketches, the paint. You were planning it.
For the first time, Donati's smirk faded. Donati's lawyer whispers urgently in his ear.
Say nothing.
Alicia leans in, her voice low and deadly.
Who were you holding it for, Bobby? And where is it now?
Donati said nothing. But that night, Alicia's home phone rang. No one spoke. Just the sound of breathing, then the click of a disconnect. It was a message. We know where you live. Fear. Then a hardening resolve in Alicia's eyes. They were getting close. A new thread emerged from overseas.
Intelligence suggested the art may have been smuggled to Ireland, used as collateral in arms deals with the IRA.
The clumsy theft now looked like a perfectly executed military-style op. Alicia adds Ireland and IRA to the whiteboard. The scope of the conspiracy is widening. The investigation turned inward. Rick Abbott, the night guard, failed a polygraph. Questions swirled.
Why did you break protocol and let the police in so quickly? Were you a patsy or a participant?
Rick's face is a mask of guilt and confusion. He doesn't know the right answers because he doesn't understand what happened to him.
What if he was supposed to be a victim, not an accomplice? They knew the guards would be young, bored. They counted on human error. Rick wasn't in on it. He was the final, perfect piece of security to bypass.
The thieves watching the museum for weeks, noting Rick's casual habits. The theory doesn't clear Rick, but it reframes him from suspect to the ultimate target of psychological manipulation. The museum announced a $5 million reward for information leading to the art's recovery. The phones exploded with tips, from the plausible to the insane. One man claimed the paintings were hidden in a bunker on the moon. An exhausted analyst rubs his temples. The noise is drowning out any real signal. Then, a credible tip. A former associate of Donati's, dying of cancer, wanted to talk. He claimed to know where Turner, the missing crewman, was buried. A hospice room.
The art's gone. But I'll tell you where to find the ghost.
A frail man in a bed, an agent by his side. The dying man's eyes are full of regret. In a remote woodland in Rhode Island, FBI agents excavated a shallow grave. The forensics team uncovered a body, badly decomposed but identifiable through dental records. David Turner. Grim, rain-soaked dig site under a canopy of trees. A body bag is zipped closed.
Secure the evidence and prep for transport.
Alicia watches from the edge of the woods, her coat pulled tight against the damp. A key witness is now a silent corpse. The coroner's report: 2 gunshots to the back of the head. An execution. Turner had been dead since late March 1990, days after the heist. He was killed the moment his utility ended. Alicia reads the report. The heist isn't just about art. It's a chain of violence and silencing. Weeks later, Bobby Donati was found in the trunk of his own Lincoln Continental, garroted with a piano wire. His flashy rings were still on his fingers. It wasn't a robbery, it was a message. Alicia arrives at the scene. She looks at Donati's body, not with triumph, but with cold understanding. The art has claimed another life. With Donati and Turner dead, the main trail went ice cold. The Irish lead fizzled out. The warehouse only proved intent, not the location of the art. The investigation hit a granite wall. Alicia's evidence board is now a chaotic web of photos, strings, and deceased stamps. Alicia, alone in the office at night, stares at the board. The ghosts are laughing at her. Dr. Finch, the museum director, continued his quiet vigil. He would sit for hours in the Dutch room, staring at the empty frames. He had their dimensions memorized, the exact shade of the wall behind them. His life's work is now a monument to loss.
Please, just let the art come home. The frames are so empty. Just send us back our beauty.
At a press conference, Finch made a direct, tearful appeal to the thieves. The raw, human cost of the crime, stripped of all FBI procedure and gangland drama. In response, the museum received a typed letter with no return address. It contained a single cryptic line: "The art is safe. It will be used for a great cause." The postmark was from Philadelphia. Finch's hand hovers over the letter. Is it hope, or just another form of torture?
The great cause was the IRA. The art was an insurance policy. Art to collateral to arms to political power. It's held by ideologues, not criminals.
Alicia theorized the great cause was the IRA. The art, hidden away, was an insurance policy, a nest egg to fund political operations or buy freedom for captured operatives. Alicia draws a new diagram: art to collateral to arms to political power. The pieces fit, but it makes the art nearly impossible to recover. It's in the hands of ideologues, not criminals. The shadow of Boston's most notorious gangster, Whitey Bulger, fell over the case. Was he the bigger man Donati owed? Bulger's web of control over the Boston underworld made him a perfect, terrifying candidate. A sinister, smiling photo of Whitey Bulger is pinned to the board. Alicia contemplates Bulger's photo. To go after him was to step into a different, more dangerous league entirely.
The painting can be returned. In exchange, all charges against the associate must be dropped.
Through back channels, Alicia received an offer. A mediator claimed he could negotiate the return of one painting for a price. Not money, but the dropping of charges against a mid-level Bulger associate. Alicia's moral dilemma: recover a masterpiece by compromising justice.
The FBI doesn't deal with terrorists or kidnappers, and we don't deal with art thieves.
Alicia stated, shutting down the offer. But she had the mediator followed, a thread leading back into Bulger's orbit. Surveillance teams tracking the mediator's car through Boston. Alicia's resolve is absolute, but she wonders if she'd just let a Rembrandt slip away forever. The fake moustache from the crime scene haunted her, such a cheap, amateurish tool for such a professional crew. In a flash of insight, she understood. It was a message, a joke, a way for the thieves to say, "We fooled you with this." She sees the arrogance in it now. The thieves weren't just stealing, they were performing and leaving a signature of their contempt. She re-examined everything, taking the finial but not the flag, the beaker but not the more valuable vase. Each odd choice was a flourish, a deliberate thumbprint of mockery on the perfect crime. Alicia's frustration turns into a cold, focused anger. She is no longer just investigating a theft, but hunting a personality. The lead thief was educated, arrogant, and saw himself as an artist. This wasn't just a job, it was his masterpiece, and an artist can never truly hide his style. A psychological profile is typed up: narcissistic, intellectual, seeks recognition through audacity. For the first time, Alicia feels she is looking at the man, not just the crime. Running the profile against known art criminals, a name surfaced: Miles Connor, a charismatic rock musician, accomplished art thief, and master manipulator. He was in prison in 1990, but his network wasn't. And he had once famously said, "The only thing better than stealing a masterpiece is making the world watch you do it." Alicia's phone rings. It's the warden at Connor's prison.
Agent Moreau, you might want to come talk to my inmate. He says he's been expecting your call.
Part 2 deepens the mystery, moving from the how to the why, linking the art to the violent Boston underworld, and ending with a chilling new suspect who embodies the arrogance of the crime. Part 3 will explore the mind of a criminal artist, the possibility of recovery, and the enduring legacy of the empty frames. The art is gone, the witnesses are dead, and the FBI's best theory leads to a notorious gangster and an empty warehouse. For Agent Moreau, every clue has turned into a ghost. But from a prison cell, a new voice emerges. A man who doesn't just know about art crime, he considers it an art form itself. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. Part 3 is the final confrontation. We go inside the mind of the ultimate suspect, explore a shocking theory about where the art is hidden, and ask the painful question, after 35 years, is the greatest art heist in history destined to remain forever unsolved?